Troy, 31-3, Baylor wins the game, but it's 6-3 at halftime. That might have been your best first half of offense. What was working in the opening two quarters?
You know, Jim, you're right. I mean, we had a couple of sustained drives that we needed to have more. At halftime, we needed to have more than 3 points for really as well as we'd move the ball there early in the game.
And your defense, they were so good, and with all those turnovers, you felt like maybe there were some more opportunities out there.
No doubt. You look there after the block punt to be able to come up with a huge stop, to hold them to a field goal, and you know, in the second half a little bit, their size probably wore on us to a degree, probably on both sides of the ball.
They seemed to get into that rhythm, and we could see how dangerous they were once they scored. And the following drive, which we thought was so important, it seemed like it just couldn't generate anything.
You know, you're right. We never answered, you know, for what they did. Credit to them, a big, very veteran football team with an extremely stout defense.
170 yards total offense first half, but only 48 yards in the second half. Do you think your guys wore down because of the heat or because of the big bodies they were facing?
No, not at all. I mean, I do think their bodies were a factor, and we just have to be better in the second half, Jim, and realize that, hey, part of playing college football, it's a 60-minute game, and how physical and how forceful the game is.
It's a loss, and you've talked about making progress inch by inch. Did you see some progress tonight?
Well, there were some good things in the first half. You know, I think defensively, man, to force the fumbles that we did and being able to make some first downs offensively, yet we still have a good ways to go, you know, and I think sometimes maybe when you do have a bye week, it allows guys to reflect upon the realization of how tough and how hard and how demanding college football is, and hopefully to grow from it down the road too.
Visiting with linebacker Usaro Aihi, 5 tackles, 2 fumble recoveries. What was the difference for Baylor as you were on the field first half with their offense and second half?
Honestly, I think the biggest thing we needed to do was just, you know, first we came out swinging off the bat. We came out here firing, and, you know, second quarter we just didn't finish, and that's the biggest thing we need to do going forward as a defense. You know, just continue how we start. You know, we just can't like, you know, let up on things and just keep on going.
You sense any frustration from their offense in the first half as they continue to turn the ball over?
A little bit. You know, I understand that, you know, with turnovers like that, as a defense, you know, we try to be stingy, and we just know that if we can get, you know, two turnovers a game, you know, that leads into us winning. And we just had to just keep on going and going and going, and, you know, but like I said, we just got to finish her.
They scored on 4 straight drives, late first half and second half. Is that an example of what you feared, them going on a roll and getting that momentum?
No, not at all. I just, you know, we just got to, you know, think about ourselves and just, you know, really just finish strong and just keep playing hard. You know, we just can't let up at any time.
Cade Harris, 8 carries, 71 yards. Offensively, might have been your best first half of football this year. What looked like was working for you in the opening 2 quarters?
You know, I think anything we were running was working well compared to previous weeks. I think that's just credit to how we went into practice this last week and how hard we went. And we knew things were going to open up, and we just took advantage of that.
It seemed like you were able to get outside on them, and they were so concerned about the fullback that maybe surprised them a little bit?
Maybe a little bit. We also worked this week a lot on the perimeter blocks. We've been subpar in those categories the past couple games, so we really put our heads down and worked on that and showed a little bit tonight.
170 yards for Air Force total offense in the first half, only 48 in the second half. What do you think didn't work in the final 2 quarters?
You know, I think we just kind of came out a little flat, didn't execute as well as we should have, and that's basically what it boiled down to.
You know, Troy talks about making progress, but it's like inches at a time, and especially with a young football team. Despite the loss, did you see any progress from this team tonight?
For sure. I felt like, especially the first half, we came out swinging a lot harder, and we were executing well. I thought we were getting closer as a team, and we just got to keep that going into the bye week and then the next week.
Okay, thanks so much.
Thank you.